Goes over with another video of what if Deku was the god of time, part 6. So I have to re-record this since last time my marvelous look at the black screen turned off. And yeah, so what happens now is Izuku, he gets to, I don't know what it's called. And here's a white screen for you. Izuku, he kind of just, I don't know what he does. Izuku, he picks off the people, like, one by one. Mineta, Asui, they're making sure, keeping an eye on them. And Izuku, he's just over here, like, tying them up. Like they're loose wires or something. Sorry, I'm moving around, so that's any weird noise you might hear. Also, I'm probably not going to post a video on Saturday since I'm posting 2 today and I posted 2 yesterday, meaning that technically you're getting 1 more than you normally do, just by me posting 2 today. So, yeah. Continuing onward, Izuku, he decides, like, after 20 minutes of him doing this in real time, but it's like 2 hours for him of doing this, since he's like freezing time in between. Shigaraki appears, and when Shigaraki appears, he tells the Nomu to attack Aizawa, and Izuku decides, nope, and stops time, just in the nick of time before Aizawa would have gotten snatched. And Izuku, he grabs Aizawa, brings him over to another place, and I think I told you how they got off the boat last episode. If I didn't, then I will go over it again. What basically happened is Izuku just froze time and brought them over. And what happens now is Izuku, Aizawa was slightly confused on why he's suddenly over here. Then he saw Izuku and was like, oh, it must be his quirk that I still haven't figured out. And nobody tells. And how it states he's quirkless, but he's not really since he's doing all these weird things. I wonder if it is. Sorry if that's a cuss word. Shoot. I try not to use those words a lot. Out like that. So, continuing onward. I can't decide whether I should give you guys a white or a black screen. White, black. Cool. Anyway, so what happens now is Izuku, he doesn't know how to handle a Nomu. He can't think of that. And he knows the Nomu's going to continue attacking Aizawa. He's seen the Nomu in his dreams. He just still has no idea how to handle it. No matter what he tries, what he wants to try, he can't see it working. He sees that the Nomu would do the orders relentlessly inside of his dream. Anyway, so then Izuku, he tells Aizawa, he doesn't say anything, and he just kind of touches Aizawa and brings Aizawa into the frozen time thing. And he's only done this once before. He's done this with a stray dog. And he wanted to see if it would work. So he tried touching the stray dog and with the intent to bring him into the frozen time thing. And this is what Izuku does. He brings Aizawa into the frozen time thing. And luckily, it works. And inside of this frozen time area, Aizawa was just like, what the? And Izuku just says, I froze time, and I brought you with me. This is what you guys call quirk, although technically I'm quirkless. Aizawa is very confused, but Izuku just says, no questions. I don't know what's going to happen from here. I already knew that the Nomu was coming, I just didn't know how to stop it or what to do. Might as well tell you, I can see the future, so don't incriminate me. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. At least you would have incriminated me in a couple of months. This is what he says because know how they think that they're communicating with a traitor. And as I was slightly confused, but just goes, okay. And Izuku just says, you can't regenerate your energy in here, but you can certainly do things slower to match with what you're doing. Yeah, because they can't just sit around and slowly regenerate their energy. They can decrease it by moving around and things. They can't increase it, I guess. The best they can do is make it feel like they don't, feel like they're energized by, taking a pill or something. Actually, I don't get why I'm making this rule. In fact, I'm just going to make it so they can. It's just Izuku would have a major headache afterwards, like migraine level. So, yeah, that's why he doesn't really sit around in this place for all too long. He gets migraines since he's a human and not immortal or anything. So now, I was just like, oh, okay. And Izuku just says, feel free to rest for a bit. I got some bandages. And Aizawa did get hit a couple of times before Izuku got out. So he just gives the bandages to Aizawa and says, so what to do about the Nomu? I brought this for the occasion. And he takes out a butterfly knife, basically. And Aizawa's just like, why did you bring a butterfly knife? And Izuku just says, because I knew the Nomu was here. And I didn't know how to deal with it. All I know is that it has regeneration, blast absorption, super strength. I forgot everything. But basically, this is just what I've seen. I'd appreciate it if you didn't really tell anybody about this. Nezu maybe, but anybody else just don't. Don't want to be bombarded with random questions by people. Oh, I couldn't just go into the past right before I told you this and just not tell you if that would be helpful. And Aizawa just says, oh, okay, as long as you explain to me everything about this power of yours. Don't know why it's not a quirk, but whatever. As long as you tell me everything about this power of yours, I'd be very helpful in your little dilemma there. And Izuku's just like, okay then. Tell you about it, maybe not right now. We're in the middle of the USJ attack. And I was just like, is that what's going to be called in the future? Deku just nods. And sorry if I'm not getting Aizawa's personality right. I just can't be bothered to make myself try and copy what his personality would be at the current moment. All I know is that I can do slight impressions for when he's in class, but outside of class, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can copy his entire thingy about the USJ. Also, what happens now is Izuku just says, we can try stabbing its brain. And Aizawa just says, that would count as murder. And Izuku just says, well, it's either that or we stall for All Might to come in and gets blasted into orbit. And Izuku's just like, I was just like, can we just wait for it to get blasted into orbit? It'd be better if we could capture it, not kill it. And Izuku's just like, okay. And he just says, come on, walk with me. The Nomu's target is you, thus will run around looking for you until it gets given another order. And, well, I don't think sleeping right now would be the best idea. I don't know what happens when I die. So, let's continue. And I was just like, where are we going? And Deku just says, to All Might. Actually, maybe not with you. And I was always just like, wait, why not with me? And yeah. Izuku doesn't know if Aizawa knows about All Might's small form. So he's just trying to respect All Might's privacy. And Izuku just says, I'm gonna send you back to being frozen. Maybe go back to before this conversation. That's perfect. So Izuku, he goes back right before their conversation, and he took Aizawa into this. And I was always gonna try and falter this, but yeah. Sorry, I just really want to undo my decisions at this point. But I'm gonna make it part of the plot line, because that helps. And he got confirmation from Aizawa about what he was going to do, and that's all Deku needed to know. All Deku needed to know was what he was going to do in that conversation. But other than that, he didn't really want his powers to really be found out. And thus, Izuku goes over to where All Might is. And yeah, so that is plot relevant, the thingy with Aizawa. All Deku really needed to know was what to do. And that's why he had this conversation. Because Deku, he couldn't figure this out on his own. He needed help. Even though he's smart and everything, he just needed help. And he went over to All Might while time was frozen, just to ensure Aizawa's safety. Even though now he was out of the clutches of the Nomu and frozen in time, he just wasn't really sure if everything was okay. Thus, he walked to where All Might was, unfroze time for a millisecond, and refroze time with All Might in it, and said, also, All Might is a stick currently, so yeah, he's a twig. And Izuku just says, at the USJ, there's a Nomu attacking Aizawa, and it won't stop until it gets otherwise orders from Shigaraki, and I need you to blast the Nomu into orbit. It has blast resistance, something like that. All I really need you to do is punch it out of orbit. Use 1,000, 100% of your power, I don't care. Also, get into your weird All Might form. I don't care what happened this morning, you just have to do it, otherwise somebody will die. And he's kind of lying about the entire thing that somebody will die. It's just his concerns at that point. And yeah, All Might just falls okay, fine. And he just says, so how did you know about my twig form? And why do you have so much time to tell me this? And why aren't we running? And Izuku just says, because I froze time and I brought you into the frozen time. And I can see the future in my dreams. And I saw this version of you via the original timeline that I was supposed to do. Kidding, he doesn't call it original. The first timeline. And yeah, so they have that small chat, and Izuku tells him they'll fill him in on everything later. And then they go over and kill the Nomu. So yeah, that's what happens in the USJ attack. Echo Xavier, thank you for watching. That's all for today. I hope this video gets out. Bye. Also, sorry if it's very bad quality. It's just how I make things.